much more dangerous by Sabine Hossenfelder. So we'll see where this is going. Isn't it interesting? After AI came out, everyone kind of shut up about quantum computers, except for, the people behind the scenes at all these major companies working on it, pouring billions and billions and billions of dollars into it. Let's see what it's up to, because this is going to be fun.
For the past few years, I felt like when I'm talking about quantum computers, I'm trying to report news about nothing. But this past week has been quite something.
She's right under my face.
It seems like quantum computers are becoming dangerous much faster than expected. And at this point, I'm very sure there are a lot of things happening now that we don't know anything about.
Exactly.
The first paper that made a lot of buzz last week comes from a group at Google. They looked at the use of quantum computers for a particular type of code breaking used to keep some cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, safe. I just talked about these security risks a few weeks ago. It's not just cryptocurrency that's at stake. There is a lot of encrypted data out there that could become readable with a sufficiently large quantum computer. For example, a lot of confidential information that's without doubt been collected by hackers or spies over the past decades, but that they couldn't do anything with. Anything from military secrets to covered-up affairs might suddenly become readable. I have to admit that I quite like the idea that a quantum computer would reveal the secret US government program on anti-gravity.
That's a good point. All the anti-gravity, you guys know the story of Admiral Byrd going down to Antarctica, and apparently he ran into Nazis and aliens who then made a deal with the President of the United States, and that's why the Nazis, all the top scientists at least, went to Russia and the United States, and Germany lost the war, but the Nazis didn't. Many of them moved to Argentina, close to Antarctica. Oh, it's very interesting. But quantum computing is going to be able to crack all of these encryptions and passwords and pair that with the AI system that's able to work with it. And man, everything's going to be known, all going to be out there. That's kind of crazy. We'll see what happens.
Quantum computers could do this because it's not like these codes are truly unbreakable. It's just that the algorithm that can break them might run a billion years on a standard computer. On a quantum computer, it could run in 10 minutes. But today's quantum computers are too small to get to the 10 minutes. We are at a few hundred qubits when really we'd need at least 10 million qubits for the code breaking. This is what the estimates used to say. But now, the Google group basically found an algorithm that works 20 times faster than the previously best-known algorithm. Or to put it differently, they can do the same calculation with fewer qubits. They say that now it'd take just about 10 minutes with 500,000 of qubits. This is huge progress. At the same time, Google announced that they revised their estimate for the arrival of Q Day. That's the day on which quantum computers will be able to break these codes.
That's because AI is probably helping them do it faster, right? They're able to find the flaws in our thinking quicker and recognize patterns and build these machines better. And oh my gosh. Wow. Just like it's going to help healthcare and all the robots are going to be doing surgeries and everything. What is going to happen with quantum computing and the AI working together?
Previous estimate was typically sometime in the mid-2030s. They now put it at 2029. Things in the quantum cryptography area are happening so fast now that researchers in the field are discussing whether it's still okay to even publish such papers because of the huge geopolitical risk. Here we have computer scientist Scott Aronson talking about this.
I actually know that, there are people thinking about, what are the exact resource requirements for Shor's algorithm, for, let's say, breaking various crypto systems, that are deployed today with a quantum computer and who have reached the point of wondering, should we publish this or not?
So the quantum leap isn't in technology, it's in how quickly we went from
was in bad
this
shape
is
now,
impossible
using
to
all that
we
energy.
don't publish that. In fact, the Google group did not publish their revised algorithm. Instead, what they did was basically to use a sort of meta program that proves that the algorithm works, as they say it does, without revealing the actual algorithm. It's called a zero knowledge proof. This new algorithm for code breaking comes with a caveat though, which is that it might be difficult to implement on Google's own quantum computers. Google's quantum computers, like those from IBM and Amazon, work with superconducting qubits. In
Right.
these, the qubits are naturally entangled with their neighboring qubits. Long-distance entanglement is difficult to achieve, but this is exactly what the new algorithm is based on. But there is a type of qubit that can do this much more easily, which is arrays of atoms. Neutral atoms are sort of black holes, a latecomer in the race to quantum computing that's catching up incredibly quickly. The second remarkable paper this week now comes from a startup called Oratomic that works on these kinds of qubits, and they say they could do it with merely 26,000 qubits in about 10 days. And then we have a
See, yeah, that's the thing. You don't need to get to 500,000 and take 10 minutes, because what's 10 days? You don't need to have such an advanced computer. You just get to that point and you're fine. Like 10 days to crack everything. That's nuts.
third quantum crypto paper this week, which says they have found another algorithmic improvement that shows that they can break RSA with 10 times fewer qubits than we originally thought. At this rate, by next Tuesday, someone will claim they can do it on a laptop with a strong espresso. What does all this mean? One way you can look at
I like
this
her
is to
humor.
say
She's
this
good.
is amazing progress in code breaking, wow, and that's certainly true. But I think it's also interesting how little we hear about progress for any other use of quantum computing. Remember how they used to say we can use quantum computers to improve stock investments and financial analysis, or to solve
We're already
tricky
there.
logistic problems, or for quantum chemistry and material science. Whatever happened to that?
Yeah.
Not much.
No,
The issue
because
is that in
these people don't want to heal the world. They want to make you sick, make you slaves, and eventually, probably, get rid of us.
all these areas, it's incredibly difficult to find any way to turn the potential computational advantage into a real-world advantage. The exception is code breaking. If nothing else, this finally answers the question what quantum computing is actually good for. It's the revenge of the nerds. I'm very protective of my privacy, but it's become incredibly difficult online when there are a dozen companies tracking you each time you open a website. That's why I'm signed up to
Cloaked?
Incogni.
Incogni?
Incogni is a service
Same
that
thing.
keeps your personal data out of the hands of data brokers. These are companies which collect data about you each time you visit a website and when you fill in information. Then they sell this information off. You can request that they remove your data, but this is incredibly time-consuming. Incogni automates this process. It's very simple.
Yeah.
You sign up and they'll contact the big
It's important.
sinners, request that your personal details be removed. They also now have a new custom removal feature where you can submit specific websites. If you use my code Sabine or the custom link in the info
Sabine is how you say
below,
it.
you'll get 60% off of Incogni,
I like that name.
which isn't expensive
Sabine.
in the first place. That's an amazing deal, so go and check this out. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
All right, guys. Yeah, that was it for that video. Nice, short, and sweet. Yeah, it's something that we need to be aware of, because it looks like the only thing that they're going to use it for right now is to crack into all the passwords of the world. Like, okay. Yeah, it's just going to cause chaos. Oh, wow. Where's this world headed? Who knows? Just enjoy the ride, guys. Find something you love to do. Chase your dreams. You know? Just be here to witness the change in the world, and be a good person. Spread it forward. Tell everybody you love them today. Peace.